The Way Forward by Pastor Sam Ang, Secretary General of NECF. In Joshua 1, the phrase "be strong and of good courage" was mentioned to Joshua 4 times in verse 6, 7, 9, and 18 when he took over the leadership from Moses. The Lord kept on reminding him, "Moses, my servant, is dead." And that was now up to him, Joshua, to take the Israelites into the promised land. It was not as straightforward as Joshua expected. There was a need to prepare the people, and in Joshua chapter 3, after the return of the spies from Jericho, the instructions were, when you see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, and the priests, the Levites, bearing it, then you shall set out from your place and go after it. Yet there shall be a space between you and it, about 2,000 cubits by measure. Do not come near it, that you may know the way by which you must go, for you have not passed this way before. Furthermore, in verse 5, God said, "Sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you." That was what subsequently happened. For when they stepped into the river Jordan in verse 16, the waters which came down from the upstream stood still and rose in a heap very far away. The year 2020 has been a year of much change, lament, anger, and disappointment. Our theme chosen well before we entered into year 2020 was "Hearing the Holy Spirit for the Times We Live In," from Revelation chapter 2 to 3. The emphasis was on what God has spoken to His church, both in the past and the present. However, for 2021, as we entered into uncharted waters, and having experienced a pandemic in the areas of both health and economy, there is a need to hear what God will speak to each one of us. We need to listen carefully and meditate on what Psalms chapter 46 verse 10 means to all of us. "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." When you reflect through the devotions for 2021, you will discover that we, as God's people, carry the message of hope in this broken and depleting world. We are to take the opportunity to share our experiences to this dying world, and we will discover that God has never left us nor forsaken us. He has been at work preparing us for the new normal. We need to manage the risks that confront us. In the midst of change, pandemic, fear, and uncertainty that we went through in the year 2020, we need to affirm that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He is the unchanging God whom we worship. To this broken and depleted world, we carry in each of us the message of hope, as the Apostle Paul describes. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellence of the power may be of God and not of us. Yet we are to be still in the presence of the Lord. Our dependency and fervency upon the Lord have never been so treasured before. We should hold fast in the truth and stand firm against the tide that wants to destroy the foundation of our faith.